I think we've come a long way, from a team that was 1-2 to 13-3-2. It's a great way to finish the year. And a couple breaks here and there, and we maybe win the league again, at least tie for it. So, and that's a tough standard to live up to feel like you got to win it every year, but that's kind of the world we're living in. And, if you're a player or you're a student athlete coming here in our program, that's what the expectation is going to be year in and year out. Doesn't mean you're going to attain it every year. But I like where we're at. We're still getting better.
It's the standard in this program to win the MIAA conference, and the fact that we didn't do that this year is really disappointing. And I think it's really necessary for our team to turn that into fire and to bring that into postseason and to finish what we started and what we set out to do.
Our attack, having multiple people, has just come along in the last few weeks. I think that's been kind of our focus for a while now, is like, where's it going to come from? So we feel pretty good about that part of it. We also feel good that we've only given up, I believe, like 6 or so goals this season. So we feel pretty good that we're in a good spot both sides of the ball, but being able to score from different spots and not have one player that we have to rely on is really important. But I still think there's more in some of those kids that are up front. And I think that's where the joy comes in. They've got to enjoy this part of the year, and if they can play relaxed, focused, confident during these games, then that's when we're going to see them at their best.
When we show up to practice and we have 3 good days of practice, it really translates to the game. And I think this week, if we really focus on what we need to do and hitting our level, then we could have some good success.
We have a ton of respect for Central Oklahoma, their coaching staff, and their program, and it's easily a team you would expect to see in the semifinal or finals, so to have to see them in the first round is extremely difficult.
I think that UCO is always a very tough game. We tied them 0-0 earlier this season and only beat them 1-0 when we played them last year. And I think that what's important, it's all about us, and if we come out like firing on all cylinders and we're ready to go, it can be a winnable game for us, but the challenge is going to be if we can come out and perform how we know we can. And I think that starts in practice this week, and with the upperclassmen and the coaching staff holding everyone to a really high standard and being able to execute the things that we know we can do.
We have so much potential and we haven't even hit that yet, and I think that's important because we don't want to be peaking at the end of the regular season.
We haven't reached the level that we can be at yet, which is a little disappointing, but like Andre said, we don't want to be peaking at the end of the conference season, we want to be peaking in the NCAA tournament. That's the most important time of the year anyway, so the fact that we haven't hit that level yet is just more motivation for the team to keep going and to be the best version of ourselves we can be.
We really believe in them, and we probably believe in them more than they're believing in themselves, and at this time of year we need them to believe as much in themselves as we do, because we think they're really good, and they could be really, really good. They could be really special, but they have to want it more than we want it for them, and they're going to have to go after it with everything they got. But yeah, I think we're just scratched the surface of what this team's capable of.